Alright, I'm going to keep this as short and simple as I can because I've just got all set up and I can hear the baby awake, but he's happy gurgling to himself at the moment. So let's do this quick sticks. We haven't got much time as mamas. Alright, so my word for the year is fun, because I just need to bring more of that into my life after 2016 was quite serious and hard going, and I know it was quite serious and hard going for a lot of other people too. So that's my word for the year, and I am going to put it on this piece of paper, but I want to try some different ideas before I commit to the style that I want to do it in. So that's what I'm going to talk you through, is some different options that you could do. I've cut out a stencil. If you are able to use a craft knife, you could do this, and then you can have the positive and negative to choose from. But you can easily just cut out the letters yourself with a pair of scissors. So, on my piece of paper I'll have my word fun on the front to put up somewhere in my house, and maybe you'll think of 2 or 3 other words you might also want to use, don't know. But on the back I want to put a list of all the things that the fun kind of represents. Excuse the traffic going past. Okay, so kind of, I don't know, it just extends on it a little bit more, and it's just there. You won't see it because it'll be back against the wall. If you wanted to take it off and have a look, you could. But it will still be around, and I don't know if you believe in this sort of stuff, but the vibes will still be on the piece of paper setting the intention. Okay, so this is just a little bit of an overview of the techniques you could use. It's quite a good idea to do a bit of a brainstorm on a separate piece of paper before you get started. Takes away a bit of that fear of a blank white canvas too, and just see what you like. So instead of making the stencil word fun for each of these, because I haven't got the time, can't be bothered, I just used a little stencil of a heart instead, and I've just stuck it on with blue tack. So when you go over the top with paint, don't make it too wet or too sloppy with the paintbrush, because it will just bleed underneath, which, you know, doesn't matter too much, but it's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so first one is dabbing. You can use a paintbrush or you can use a paper towel, and I've just watered down some paint to have a go with this, and quite loose over the top. Couple of colours. I try and think about, if your word is an uplifting, energetic, kind of motivating word, then I would go with the warmer colours, like the orange and yellow and reds. And if it's more of a want to be calm and serene and peaceful, go with the cooler colours, blues and purples and greens. Up to you, or full on rainbow, doesn't matter. But usually, good rule of thumb is the colours that sit next to each other on the rainbow look best together in a painting. Okay, so that's just dabbing on paintbrush or paper towel, and then the print, you can use anything, but I would like to try a piece of tinfoil, which I haven't done before, but it looked like quite a nice, cool idea. So, it's got some paint and some squiggly lines. Maybe you want to use a smaller paintbrush, dots and squiggles, and you know, this sort of stuff you can totally do with kids. They don't have to they could have a word of the year if they're old enough, or it's just a different art technique that you could use. You could even get clever with some scratching in there too. I'm just going to add some water and maybe break the rules a little bit and put a bit of a different colour in there too, and work quickly so the paint stays wet, and then pop it over top of your stencil and rub it down. Okay, let's have a look. I love printmaking because you never know exactly how it's going to come out. That's pretty cool. You can see little scratch marks there. Okay, lift that up. Obviously you don't want that blue tack stuck behind, but maybe take that off when it's dry. Same with that one. Not going to fart around too much. You can see it bled a little bit there, but once it's dry you can always just go around your word or your outline with a pencil again, and who cares if it's bled a little bit. Splatter is always fun. Might use some watercolour this time. get lots of water on your brush, and then whee. This is good to do on a big bit of canvas, and if you're doing it with kids, maybe outside. But you can go wild, of course. You could get like a huge big house paint brush on a big bit of canvas and just splatter things everywhere. You want to get quite a good coverage so the stencil shows up. Otherwise you won't see your word very clearly. So keep going till it covers it. Should be enough. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty good. See how you've got to get really good coverage though to make it a clear outline. And then crayon, that's that resist idea, so any colour over the top where I've done white will come through. Or you could do black outline, just do white. I'm going to dab that off a little bit. Yeah, it's not as clear as I'd like, so once that's dried I might go around with a pen as well. Then there's just old Sharpie, same idea really. Use a different. Sometimes Sharpies will bleed a bit, that's okay. And the other thing I haven't done, I'm just thinking about this now, is when you use watercolour paints, which I love, put some water down first. This isn't going to show you a great way because it's already red, the water. And then you just dot the paint where the water is. You have to leave this paper sit really still while it dries, but you get some very cool effects happening. And then if you wanted to, you could have chosen the other side of the stencil. You have to kind of have really dry paint with this though, otherwise it will just bleed underneath and be a big mess. So you want your hard acrylic paints, and even you could even go around the edge and create a little border if you chose that technique. That's quite effective, hey? Once you get rid of that blue tack again, of course. Alright, there you go. There's some ideas to try for your word of the year little postcard to make. I'd love to see some examples if you give this a go. That would be really neat.